This is not a random message. Archangel Michael wants to speak with you right now. Your pending miracle has just been approved, but there is one condition. You must open this before tonight. If you ignore it, the chance will vanish forever. But if you stay, in the next 2 minutes, you will begin to hear what heaven has been trying to tell you all along.
You opened this message, and that single action has already shifted something in your life. You may not see it yet, you may not understand it right now, but deep in your spirit, you can feel it. The air around you has changed. The weight pressing on your shoulders has started to lift, because Archangel Michael has been waiting for this very moment to reach you. Think back for a second. How many nights have you prayed? How many times have you whispered in silence, asking, "When will it happen for me? When will my miracle come?" And every time you felt ignored, every time you thought your voice was unheard, heaven was writing a response that was delayed but not denied. And tonight, before the clock strikes midnight, that response has finally been approved. But listen carefully. There is a reason you were guided here to these very words. Archangel Michael does not waste time. He comes only when something urgent is unfolding, something too important for you to miss. And right now, you are standing at a crossroads. 2 paths are opening before you. One where you choose to believe, to listen, to open your heart, and the miracle you've been waiting for begins to manifest. The other path, where you ignore this, dismiss it, scroll past it, and the opportunity closes forever. This is not a game. It is not chance. It is destiny. Even now, Michael's presence surrounds you. You may feel a sudden stillness, as if the world around you has paused. You may notice your heartbeat quicken or a tingling across your skin. That is his way of letting you know, I am here. I am speaking. Do not turn away. For the next few minutes and the hours that will follow, secrets will be revealed. Secrets about your life, your family, your future. Things that were hidden, blocked, or delayed will come into the light. And with every word, the truth will draw closer. So take a deep breath. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the fear. Because right now, the miracle you thought was far away is already at your doorstep. And Archangel Michael himself is preparing to hand it to you. But first, you must be ready to listen.
The moment you chose to stay here, something shifted in the unseen world. You may not notice it fully, but heaven is already aligning pieces of your life that were scattered. Things you thought were impossible are beginning to move because you dared to open this message. But listen, this is not just about curiosity. Archangel Michael has been sent to you with urgency because your life stands at a fragile edge. You have been walking with unanswered questions, carrying burdens no one else sees, waiting for change, but seeing the same struggles repeat again and again, and heaven could not remain silent any longer. Do you hear it? That whisper in your spirit that says, "This is for me." That's not your imagination. That is Michael reaching through, confirming that you were chosen to hear this now. He speaks not in the way humans speak, but in signs, in sensations, in sudden clarity. That heaviness you feel right now in your chest, that unexpected chill in the room, that's him standing closer, drawing near, making sure you know you are not alone. And what does he say? He says, your pending miracle has been written, sealed, and approved. But heaven cannot deliver it unless you are awake, alert, and ready to receive. Tonight is your window. Before the night falls completely, you must decide, will you accept or will you let it pass? Understand this. Heaven's timing is not like ours. You cannot bargain with it. You cannot delay it. You cannot say, maybe tomorrow. because when heaven moves, it requires a response. The gates of your miracle are open only for a short time, and right now, the clock is ticking. Every second you remain here, listening, your spirit grows closer to the truth. But if you turn away, if you let distraction pull you, the enemy wins. The miracle waiting for you slips back into the shadows. Can you feel the tension building? It is no accident. The angels are watching, the heavens are waiting, and Archangel Michael is standing between you and the forces that tried to block you. He has drawn his sword, not of steel, but of fire and light, cutting away the chains that have bound your destiny for too long. And still, he whispers, "Stay. Listen. Do not move away. What you have been waiting for is closer than you think." So hear this clearly. Before tonight ends, you will be given a sign. Something undeniable. It may come as a dream. It may come as a sudden message. It may come as news you've been waiting for. But one thing is certain. The sign will arrive. Because heaven has already approved it. But only if you remain open. Only if you continue. Only if you refuse to let this moment pass. Right now, the battle is not around you, it is within you. Part of you wants to believe, part of you doubts, part of you wants to stay, part of you is tempted to leave. That inner struggle is proof that this message is real, because whenever heaven speaks, resistance rises. And Michael says, "Do not give in. Do not surrender to doubt, for I am with you, and your miracle is already on its way." So stay. Keep listening. The longer you remain, the stronger the presence will grow, the clearer the signs will become, and the closer you will walk toward what you've been waiting for all along.
Listen closely, because from this moment forward, the voice you hear is not ordinary. It is not chance. It is not coincidence. It is Archangel Michael himself standing beside you, speaking into your life with authority that no man can silence. "Child of light," he says, "you have been waiting. You have been crying out, and heaven has heard you. Every tear, every silent prayer, every sleepless night, it has been written. Nothing has been ignored. And now the decree has been signed. Your pending miracle has been released. It carries your name and no one else's." But his tone shifts, heavy, filled with warning. Do not mistake this as an ordinary moment, for darkness has fought against you, tried to blind you, tried to make you quit. The enemy wanted you to give up before this message reached you, but you did not. You opened it, you stayed, and because of that, I was allowed to step in. Can you feel the weight of his words, as if the very air tightens around you, holding you still? That is not imagination. That is presence. You are being spoken to, called out, separated from the noise of the world. Michael continues. You have one condition, one choice. If you receive this with faith before tonight, a door will swing wide. What was locked will be opened. What was denied will be granted. What was broken will be restored. But if you delay, if you close your ears, the enemy will laugh, for the chance will be lost. Heaven's timing is holy. It does not wait forever. His words grow sharper, as though he is cutting through every doubt in your mind. I am not here by accident. I was sent because the appointed time has arrived. You are standing at the edge of destiny, but destiny requires courage. Will you believe? Will you continue? Or will you turn back, like so many who let fear steal what was meant for them? The room feels heavier now, almost charged. You can sense something standing near, closer than your own breath.
You may even feel warmth over your shoulder or a vibration in your chest. That is Him. He is no longer distant. He is here. And then, softer, almost tender, I have guarded you when you didn't know. I have fought for you when you were weak. I have stood at the edge of your bed when you slept, holding back what was sent to harm you. Do you think heaven has forgotten you? No. You were chosen. You are seen. You are loved. But his voice shifts again, firm and commanding. Stay awake. Stay listening. Because the deeper we go, the more I will reveal. I will uncover why your prayers felt delayed. I will show you the forces that tried to stop your blessing. And I will give you the sign you have been waiting for. But only if you continue. Only if you remain open. Do not turn away now. Your miracle is closer than your next breath. And as his words echo, you feel it, time itself slowing, as though heaven has bent its ear toward you, waiting for your response. Will you believe? Will you stay? Will you dare to walk into the unknown where a miracle already bears your name? Michael is not asking, he is declaring, I stand before you with a sword of fire. I cut away your fear. I cut away your doubt. I cut away every chain that has kept you bound. But you must choose to walk forward, for tonight your destiny hangs in the balance.
The atmosphere grows heavier. It is as if unseen eyes are watching, as if the world around you has paused, waiting for what comes next. And then Michael's voice returns, sharper, deeper, impossible to ignore. Do you know why your blessings were delayed? He asks. Do you know why doors closed right when you were about to step through? Why opportunities slipped away at the last second? It was not because you were unworthy. It was not because heaven forgot you. It was because darkness rose against you. The enemy saw your potential, saw your light, and feared what would happen if you rose into your destiny. So traps were set, chains were forged, delays were planted, and you began to believe the lie that maybe you were forgotten. Michael's voice trembles like thunder rolling across a storm. But I tell you this, you were never forgotten. Every battle you faced, I was there. Every time you thought you stood alone, I stood at your right hand. When unseen forces tried to invade your home, I stood guard at the door. When whispers of defeat tried to poison your mind, I raised my sword and silenced them. And though you could not see me, though you could not hear me, I was there. A silence follows, thick, almost painful. Then his voice softens, filled with deep compassion. You wonder why it took so long? You wonder why heaven waited? Listen carefully. Some miracles require time. Some blessings cannot be released until the right moment, when everything is aligned. And tonight, this night, is the alignment. This is why you are here. This is why your heart was drawn to these words, because your appointed hour has finally come. You feel your pulse racing, your body almost trembling. The weight of his words presses against your spirit like fire. But he does not stop. His voice rises again, commanding, powerful. The enemy knows what is happening right now. Even as you listen, darkness trembles, because the miracle approved for you will break chains not only for you, but for those connected to you, your family, your children, your bloodline. Generations will be changed if you receive this. That is why the battle was so fierce.
That is why you faced storms that almost broke you, because the enemy knew if you survived long enough to reach this moment, nothing could stop what heaven was about to release. And then he declares with force, I have cut through every delay. I have broken through every blockade, and I am holding in my hand the proof of your miracle, sealed with fire, signed by heaven. But you must not let go. You must not leave. For as you remain, the revelation deepens, the truth unfolds, and your miracle draws closer. The room feels alive now, like electricity in the air. Shadows feel as though they are retreating, and a light you cannot explain seems to press against your spirit. Michael continues, You may not understand why I speak with urgency, but time is fragile. Heaven's gates are open, but only for a moment. And tonight, before the night ends, a sign will appear. Do not doubt it. Do not dismiss it. For when you see it, you will know your miracle has begun. He pauses, and in that silence, you can almost hear wings unfolding, the sound of strength, of protection, of something beyond human. And then one final warning for this part. Stay awake, stay alert, stay listening, for the enemy will try to distract you, to pull you away from these words. But if you remain, if you continue, I will reveal secrets that were hidden from you for years. And when you know the truth, nothing will ever chain you again. The silence breaks, and Michael's voice rises again, carrying the weight of eternity. It does not sound like an echo. It sounds like a presence, as if the very air is speaking to you. Now I will tell you what you have not seen. I will show you what was hidden in the shadows, the reasons you questioned your worth, the reasons you doubted your players. For too long you thought the problem was you, but it was never you. It was what rose against you. Your chest tightens as he speaks, as if invisible chains are being lifted one by one. Michael continues, Do you remember the times you trusted someone only for them to betray you? Do you remember the moments you gave love only to be met with rejection? Do you remember when doors opened halfway, then slammed shut just as you reached them? These were not accidents. These were not failures of your heart. These were carefully laid traps, woven to break your spirit before you reached this moment. And though you did not see it, darkness was fighting you, whispering lies, trying to convince you that heaven had abandoned you. But I, Michael, stood watch. When betrayal cut deep, I shielded your spirit from shattering. When rejection struck, I whispered hope into your dreams so you would rise again. When doors slammed shut, I marked the path to the right door, the one no hand could close. You thought you were weak, but I was your strength. You thought you were alone, but I walked beside you. Even in silence, I fought for you. And then he leans closer, his words becoming almost piercing. You must understand, your prayers were not denied. They were stored, they were guarded, they were written on scrolls of light in the courts of heaven. Every tear, every word, every desperate cry, it was recorded. But the timing was held back, because the weight of your miracle was too great to be released before its season. If it came too early, you would not be ready. If it came too late, it would be stolen. But tonight,
The seal has been broken. Tonight, the release has begun. Your body trembles because the air feels alive. Every breath feels heavy, like standing on the edge of something unstoppable. Michael's voice shifts again, now filled with unshakable authority. The enemy fought hardest in your weakest seasons. He sent people to wound you, voices to mock you, circumstances to make you give up. He hoped you would surrender. He hoped you would curse heaven and walk away. But you did not. You held on, even when your grip was weak, even when your faith was small. And because you did not let go, heaven now honors you. You passed the test. You endured the fire. And now the crown is ready to be placed. The words thunder in your spirit, shaking everything inside you. Do you not feel it? The change in the air, the breaking of cycles, the lifting of burdens? Chains are falling even now. The betrayal that broke you will no longer follow you. The rejection that wounded you will no longer define you. The unanswered prayers that haunted you will now become living testimonies. For your miracle has been written into existence, and no hand can erase it. He pauses, then his words grow softer, yet sharper than a blade. But remember this, you cannot go back. You cannot return to the voices of doubt. You cannot reopen the doors of pain. For I am leading you forward into a season where only those chosen may walk. If you step backward, you will forfeit what is before you. But if you remain, if you continue, you will see heaven's hand move in ways you never imagined. The atmosphere thickens again, almost humming, as if unseen wings are brushing the edges of your spirit. Michael declares one last time for this part. Your miracle is not just for you. It is for your bloodline. It is for your children and your children's children. The
voice does not fade. Instead, it grows steadier, calmer, yet still wrapped in the weight of eternity. Michael speaks again. You are wondering now, how will I know? How will I recognize the miracle when it begins to unfold? What if I miss the sign? What if I overlook the answer I have been waiting for? Listen carefully, for heaven does not move without leaving a mark, and tonight you will see what cannot be denied. A hush seems to fall as his words surround you, each sentence striking deeper than the last. The first sign will be this: peace. Not ordinary peace, not silence that fades, but a sudden stillness that settles over your spirit, even if chaos surrounds you. A peace that makes no sense, yet it washes over you like water. That is heaven whispering, I am here. The miracle has begun. The second sign will be a shift in what you hear. You will notice words, songs, even conversations that speak directly to your need. A stranger may say something that pierces your soul. A message may reach you unexpectedly. A sound may awaken your heart. Pay attention, for heaven often hides answers in plain sight. Your heart pounds as he continues. The third sign will come as movement. Something that has been stuck will suddenly begin to shift. A door you thought was locked will crack open. An opportunity you thought was lost will reappear. Someone who forgot you will suddenly remember you. Do not call it coincidence. Call it what it is, the hand of heaven. He pauses, and the silence feels alive, charged with weight. The fourth sign will be light.
You may see it in a dream. You may notice it in your room at night. You may feel it as warmth that has no source. But when you encounter it, you will know it is not of this world. It is heaven confirming a time has come. And then his voice sharpens, filled with warning. But hear me, these signs will not wait forever. They will appear before midnight, and when they come, you must not dismiss them. For many see signs and ignore them. Many receive peace, but question it. Many witness doors open, but hesitate to walk through. Michael's voice grows deeper, more thunderous, as if every word carries the weight of countless ages. You must understand something, he begins. The miracle that has been approved for you was not handed freely. It was fought for. War erupted in the unseen realms over your destiny. The enemy desired to erase your name from the book of blessings, to shatter the promise written for you before you were even born. For he knew that if you reached this moment, if you received what heaven had stored for you, you would never again be the same. You would rise, and in your rising, countless others would find strength. You feel your pulse race. The very atmosphere seems heavy, as though his words are peeling back a veil. Michael continues, You have been enveloped in storms. The enemy whispered lies to your mind that you were unworthy, that you were forgotten, that you were weak. He planted people in your life to wound you, to betray you, to speak death into your hope. He attacked your family, your health, your peace, your mind, and still you did not fall. You stood, you endured. Even when your knees buckled, even when your spirit wept, you did not let go. And for this heaven decreed, the miracle shall not be taken from you. His voice thunders like fire. Do you think it was easy to reach this night? No, it was war. Legions of darkness rose to block what was yours. But I drew my sword. I fought through the chains. I split open the gates. And now I stand before you with victory in my hands. The air feels alive, as though something invisible and powerful is pressing close. You may feel a tingling over your skin, a sudden warmth, or the sense of being watched, not by harm, but by protection. Michael's voice shifts, gentler, but heavy with truth. You are still here because I covered you when the enemy struck. You are still alive because I blocked what was sent to destroy you. The car that almost hit you, the sickness that almost consumed you, the despair that almost broke you, those were attacks, and I, by heaven's command, stood between you and the darkness. Many times you thought you barely survived, but what you did not see was me fighting, shielding, lifting you back up. He pauses. The silence between his words feels as heavy as the words themselves. Now the war has shifted. The chains are cut. The decree has been sealed. Your miracle is no longer pending. It is in motion. But you must understand, when heaven moves, the enemy makes one last attempt. He will try to whisper that this is not real, that you are wasting time, that nothing will change. Do not listen, for the fact that you are here, still listening, still breathing, is proof that heaven has already begun to move on your behalf. Michael's voice grows intense again, each word sharper than a blade. You are chosen, not by men, not by chance, but by heaven's decree. And tonight is not only about you. It is about generations that will rise after you. Your children, your children's children, your bloodline, all will be touched by the miracle that begins tonight. The curse that haunted your family,
ends here. The cycle that repeated in pain ends now. I declare it broken, shattered, burned in holy fire. From this night forward, your line is marked with light. Your chest tightens, your spirit trembles. You can almost hear the clash of swords, the roar of battle far beyond human sound. Michael declares, "Do not let doubt rob you. Do not turn back to old chains, for the enemy is trembling even now, knowing you have reached this moment. Stay, listen, believe, for what is about to be revealed will shake not only your life, but everything connected to you. The war has been won, and the victory is yours."
The atmosphere shifts again, no longer just heavy with battle, but alive with hope, with light, with a sense that something unseen is drawing closer. Michael's voice now carries both fire and tenderness, as though he is lifting the veil of time itself. "Now, child of light," he begins, "I will show you what awaits. For your miracle is not a single event. It is a river. Once it begins to flow, it will touch every part of your life. And tonight I will let you glimpse the future that is already being written." Your spirit feels a trembling, as though invisible hands are painting visions before your eyes. First, Michael declares, the heaviness will break. The sadness you have carried like a shadow will begin to lift. The nights you spent in silence, feeling empty, will be replaced with rest, with dreams filled with clarity. You will no longer wake in despair. You will wake with purpose. The tears of yesterday will not follow you into tomorrow. He pauses, then continues. Second, provision will find you. The miracle released will not only touch your spirit, it will touch your hands. What was lacking will be supplied. What was stolen will be returned. What was blocked will be opened. You will see doors appear where there were only walls. You will receive calls, messages, and opportunities you did not chase, but they will chase you. For when heaven approves a miracle, the earth itself shifts to make way for it. Your heart pounds faster. Third, relationships will change, Michael says firmly. Those who betrayed you will lose their grip on your destiny. Those who mocked you will no longer hold power over your mind. People who are not meant to walk with you into your next season will drift away, and in their place, heaven-sent connections will appear. Souls who strengthen you, voices who guide you, hearts who walk with you in light. The loneliness you carried will give way to alignment. The air feels thicker, filled with hope and warning at once. Fourth, healing will rise, Michael proclaims, not only in your body, but in your spirit. Old wounds, deep scars, the pain of betrayal, the sting of rejection, they will lose their power. The miracle is not only outside you, it is inside you. Your mind will find rest. Your heart will rediscover joy, and strength will return to places you thought were broken forever. His voice softens like a whisper filled with certainty. Fifth, your future will shine brighter than you imagine. You will begin to notice signs of alignment, numbers, dreams, words, moments that repeat. They are not accidents, they are confirmations. They are heaven's way of showing you the path is open, walk it. Then his tone sharpens once again, filled with command. But remember this, when the miracle flows, you must not return to the chains of the past. Do not run back to the voices that mocked you.
Do not reopen the doors that were shut by heaven, for the blessing cannot thrive in the same soil as the curse. Step forward, stay forward, for your miracle is not just about now, it is about everything ahead of you. You feel a surge inside, like fire running through your spirit. The images of peace, provision, healing, and new beginnings linger, almost like promises etched in light. And then, with finality, Michael declares, "This is only the beginning. What you have seen in glimpse tonight will soon unfold in fullness. But you must remain, you must continue, for the hour has not yet finished. And before this night ends, you will know without doubt that heaven has moved." The silence deepens again, as though the room itself leans in to listen. And then Michael's voice returns, not soft, not gentle, but sharp, like the swing of a blade cutting through shadows. "Now you must know the truth," he says. "For too long you blamed yourself. You thought your failures were your fault. You thought your delays were weakness. But I tell you, many of the battles you faced were not natural. They were designed, planted, sent against you to destroy what heaven had written for you." Your spirit feels a slow. Your body tenses as though each word is peeling back the veil between the seen and unseen. The enemy used 3 weapons against you, and tonight I will reveal them one by one, so you will never again fall into his traps. Weapon 1, distraction. The first was distraction. He filled your days with noise, with chaos, with endless battles that kept your eyes away from the promise. He sent people to argue, circumstances to frustrate, storms to exhaust you, so that you would grow too weary to notice the doors heaven was opening. Every delay you faced, every moment you felt drained, that was his strategy, to weaken your focus, to make you surrender before the miracle arrived. But I broke through the noise. I whispered into your soul when you were about to quit. I stirred your spirit when despair tried to chain you. And because you listened, even faintly, you endured. Weapon 2, deception. The second was deception. Lies whispered into your mind. You are not enough. You are not chosen. You are forgotten. These were not your thoughts. They were daggers planted by the enemy. He wanted you to believe heaven had turned its face from you. He wanted you to curse yourself, to abandon hope, to stop praying. The air seems to vibrate as Michael speaks. But I cut through those lies. I stood at your ear in the silence and whispered truth. Hold on. Do not give up. You are still seen. And even when your faith was small, that whisper carried you through. Weapon 3, division. The enemy placed people in your life to betray you, to wound you, to speak poison into your heart. He knew if he could turn you against love, if he could make you trust no one, you would isolate yourself, and an isolated heart is easier to break. That is why you faced betrayal, why rejection cut so deeply. It was not random, it was war. His voice softens for a moment, heavy with compassion. But though their words hurt, their rejection did not erase your worth. And every time you bled, heaven recorded it as proof of endurance. I shielded your spirit, so the wound would not become fatal. I allowed you to bend but not break. And because you survived, you stand now at the edge of breakthrough. He pauses, as though the weight of truth settles like a storm breaking into silence. Then, With fire in his words, he declares, "The weapons were many, but they failed. For no weapon formed against you could prosper. Every distraction lost its grip. Every deception was exposed. Every division turned into strength. And now the enemy trembles, for you have seen the truth. You were never forgotten. You were fought for. You were chosen. And the miracle approved for you cannot be stopped." The air feels electrified, like the moment before lightning strikes. You sense it. Chains breaking, lies dissolving, shadows scattering. Michael finishes this part with one final charge. Do not return to the lies. Do not bow to the distractions. Do not reopen the wounds of betrayal, for I have cut them away with fire. And now, before this night is finished, you will see the enemy's grip fall completely, and your miracle rise in full strength.
The silence thickens, as if the entire universe holds its breath. Then suddenly, light breaks into your spirit, waves of golden fire, rolling like thunder but glowing like dawn. You hear Michael's voice again, but this time it carries not just urgency, it carries finality. "Child of destiny," Michael declares, his tone both fierce and tender. "You have waited, you have endured, and now the heavens cannot wait any longer. Tonight is not just a night, it is the night when your throne is revealed. The miracle is not merely granted, it has been enthroned. Do you understand what this means?" His words send tremors into your bones. You were not being handed a small gift, you were being handed authority. Not a blessing that fades in a day, but a destiny that alters lifetimes. "This throne was not built in silence," Michael continues. "Every betrayal you faced, every night you cried alone, every rejection that tried to bury you, those became the stones of your throne. What men tried to use to destroy you, heaven has used to establish you. What was meant to crush you became the foundation of your rising. Before your inner eyes you see visions, every scar on your life glowing, every tear turning to light, every closed door becoming a step upward." Then his voice softens, but grows heavier, weightier with responsibility. "And upon your head is not only a crown for you, it is a crown for your bloodline. Do you see it? This miracle is not isolated. It will break cycles that haunted your family for generations. The poverty, the sickness, the betrayals, the chains, they end with you. You are the final barrier they could not break. You are the bridge your ancestors prayed for. And through you, the curse ends and the blessing begins." Your chest tightens as tears form because you realize this miracle is bigger than you. It is redemption for every voice in your lineage that never saw freedom. Suddenly, Michael's tone ignites like fire. This is why the enemy fought so hard. He saw this throne before you did. He feared this day before you even knew it was coming. Every attack, every delay, every door slammed in your face, it was all strategy to keep you from this revelation. But hear me now, the enemy has failed. His grip is broken, his weapons shattered, his accusations silenced, for no one can curse what heaven has crowned. A vision flashes.
armies of shadows trembling, fleeing in terror as light bursts from your throne, scattering them like ashes in the wind. Michael's words rise like thunder rolling across eternity. And now rise, rise in your spirit, rise in your authority, rise in the mantle prepared for you before time began. For you are not small, you are seated with greatness. You are not forgotten, you are chosen. And this miracle is proof that heaven keeps every promise, even the ones you thought were lost. You feel it, your spirit lifting higher, chains dropping from your hands, weights crumbling from your back. This is no longer about waiting. This is about claiming. Michael's voice shakes the unseen realm as he declares, "The throne is ready. The crown is shining. The scroll of your miracle has been signed and sealed. And as you open this word before tonight, heaven will open its gates before you. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can delay it, for this is not pending. It is approved. It is yours. Claim it now." The air explodes with light. Your heart thunders with fire. And for the first time you realize the miracle is not approaching. It has already arrived. The silence deepens. The air feels thick, charged with unseen power. Suddenly, the light around you dims, not because it is leaving, but because something is approaching. A presence, a gate. The sound of chains rattling in the distance echoes across your spirit. Michael speaks again, but slower this time, as though every syllable carries the weight of eternity. "Hear me carefully, child of destiny. For though the throne has been prepared, though the crown has been placed, there remains one final gate. And this gate is not made of stone or iron. It is made of your own heart." He pauses and then continues, "This is the truth most fear to hear. The miracle has been approved, yes. The seal has been broken, yes. But heaven requires one thing from you before it is released fully into your hands. Surrender. Without surrender, the gate cannot open. Without trust, the flow cannot begin. For what good is a miracle if the vessel refuses to believe?" Your chest feels tight. You realize this final test is not about the world outside of you. It is about you. Michael's voice sharpens like a sword cutting through hesitation. "Do you not see? The greatest war was never against your enemies, never against your past. It was always against your own doubt, your own fear, your own silence. Even now, as I speak, the enemy whispers into your ear, 'This is not for you. This is a dream, not reality.' That whisper is the lock on the gate, and only your faith can shatter it. Images flash before you, your moments of hesitation, the times you almost gave up, the hours you said, 'Maybe this isn't for me.' And yet you are still here. You have not quit. You have not abandoned hope. And that, Michael reveals, is why the miracle has finally come. Every delay was a test. Every storm was a refining fire. Every loss was training for this exact hour. Do not despise what broke you, for it shaped you into the only vessel strong enough to carry this miracle. And now heaven asks you, will you step forward in surrender, or will you hold back in fear? Your spirit trembles, not with fear, but with awe, because you realize this is not just about receiving, it is about transformation. The enemy's last attempt, the air suddenly shakes as Michael warns. Beware, the enemy knows he has lost, but like a serpent cornered, he will strike in desperation. He will use distraction. He will use doubt. He will use the voices of those closest to you to convince you it cannot happen. But understand this, his time is over. His grip is broken, his weapons shattered, his accusations silenced. For no one can curse what heaven has crowned. A vision flashes, armies of shadows trembling, fleeing in terror as light bursts from your throne, scattering them like ashes in the wind. Michael's words rise like thunder rolling across eternity. So here it is, the final gate, and it does not open by my hand, it opens by yours. If you choose fear, the gate remains closed. If you choose surrender, if you choose to trust, if you choose to believe, then before tonight ends, the gate bursts open and your miracle pours out without resistance. Every word pounds like a heartbeat. The urgency grows. You sense that this is not poetic. It is literal. The timing is now. The great revelation. Michael's voice declares, I have fought for you. I have defended you. I have stood guard when you thought you were alone. And now heaven has done its part. But the final key has been placed in your hands. Open the gate, child. Speak it, believe it, claim it. For when you do, the miracle will not just visit you, it will live with you. It will not just...
The silence does not return. Instead, a trembling sound rises all around you, like thousands of footsteps, like rushing waters, like the heartbeat of heaven itself. The atmosphere is alive. The unseen veil feels thinner than paper. Then Michael's voice comes again, louder than ever, filled with urgency, filled with fire. Child, the gate has cracked open. The first light is breaking through. The miracle you waited for is no longer pending. It is moving. It is rushing. It is unstoppable. But listen closely, because how you act now will decide how fast it flows into your life. The opening vision. Before your eyes, a vision erupts. You see a river, massive, shining, unstoppable. The waters roar like lions, foaming with golden light. On the banks of the river, there are crowds of people, their hands stretched out, crying for the same miracle. But only one channel is open, the channel that leads to you. Michael explains, the miracle is not a drop. It is not a small gift. It is a flood. It is an inheritance so vast you cannot contain it alone. That is why you were chosen, not just to receive it, but to carry it, to multiply it, to release it. The suspense grips you because this is bigger than you imagined. Then Michael's tone turns sharp again. But beware, this flood must be received in its time. If you hesitate, if you wait until tomorrow, the waters will shift to another vessel. Do not think heaven waits endlessly. No, heaven moves in appointed hours. And this is your appointed hour, tonight, now, not later, now. The sound of rushing water grows louder, pounding in your ears like drums. Michael continues, unveiling the mystery. You have wondered, what form will my miracle take? And heaven answers, it will take the form you need most. For the one who is drowning in debt, it comes as provision.
For the one who is crying in loneliness, it comes as companionship. For the one broken in body, it comes as healing. For the one betrayed, it comes as justice. The flood takes the shape of the vessel it fills. And in that instant, you understand your own miracle has already begun forming to meet the deepest cry of your heart. Suddenly, the ground shakes. You hear chains snapping, walls falling, screams fading like smoke in the wind. Michael declares with triumph, "Do you feel it? The enemy's hold is shattering. The gates of opposition are breaking apart. Every force that delayed your miracle is collapsing under the weight of heaven's decree. What once stood against you is being buried beneath these waters." And you see it. Dark shadows swept away in the golden flood, dissolving like dust under fire. The final call to step in. Michael's voice thunders one last time, commanding but filled with love. Now, step in. Do not watch from the banks. Do not stand at a distance. Enter the flood. Speak it, believe it, claim it with your voice, for the miracle is no longer waiting. It is here. Do not close your heart, for heaven's gates are already open wide. The roar is deafening. The light is blinding. And suddenly, you feel the flood touch your feet. Warmth surges up through you. Strength floods your body. Peace swallows your fear. The flood is not just around you, it is inside you. The miracle is not coming, the miracle is here. The overflow. And then, as the suspense reaches its height, Michael whispers softly, almost tenderly, "Child, this is the overflow. What you receive tonight will not just lift you, it will lift everyone connected to you. You will become a channel, a river, a vessel of miracles for others. Do not hide it. Do not shrink from it. Let it flow and watch what heaven does through you." The flood surges higher, washing over every part of you. You realize you are no longer waiting for the miracle. You are standing in it. The roaring flood surrounds you. Light blazes, golden and white, brighter than the sun, yet it does not blind you, it awakens you. You are not just standing in a vision now, you are inside the living heart of heaven's promise. Every breath you take feels charged with power, as though eternity itself is breathing through you. And then, Michael's voice breaks through the light, calm, steady, final. It is done. The words shake everything around you. The flood freezes in mid-motion, shining like liquid glass. The noise fades, the storm stills, and all that remains is a silence so deep it feels alive. The divine seal. Michael stretches out his hand, and you see fire in his palm, pure, radiant, living fire. He presses it toward your forehead, and as it touches you, a mark is placed upon your spirit. It burns but does not hurt. Instead, it fills you with strength, peace, and unshakable certainty. This seal cannot be broken, he declares. No enemy can reverse it. No delay can hold it. No fear can cancel it. Heaven has approved it. Heaven has sealed it. And heaven has delivered it into your life. From this moment, you are no longer waiting. You are walking in it. You feel the fire spread through your body, your heart, your very soul. It is the final confirmation. The miracle is locked, sealed, unstoppable. The revelation of why you were chosen. Michael's tone softens, yet remains powerful. Do you know why heaven chose you? Because your faith did not die, even when your hope almost did. Because you stood when everything around you told you to fall.
because you cried in secret, but still whispered your prayers when no one was watching. Child, you have been counted faithful, and now heaven counts you ready. Tears burn in your eyes, not from sadness, but from the weight of this truth. Every pain, every loss, every unanswered prayer was not wasted. It all led to this moment. But Michael's tone grows stern one last time. Hear me carefully. The miracle is here, but you must protect it. Do not return to doubt. Do not let fear creep back in. Do not speak death over what heaven has spoken life into. If you guard this miracle with faith, it will grow. If you let doubt enter, it will wither. Choose life. Choose faith. Choose heaven's word. And as the atmosphere trembles again, as though heaven itself is waiting for your answer, then, as if the skies split wide open, you hear the sound of trumpets, deep, thunderous, shaking the heavens and the earth. Countless voices join in, singing words you cannot fully understand but feel in your spirit. It is the sound of victory, the sound of heaven celebrating your miracle. Michael lifts his sword high, blazing like lightning. His voice rises above the choir of angels. Walk forward now. Carry your miracle boldly. The gates are open before you. The path is cleared for you. The blessing is poured out upon you. From this night forward, nothing shall be the same. You are marked, you are chosen, you are covered. Go forth, for your miracle is alive in you now. Suddenly, you feel it. Your burdens fall away, your fears dissolve, your doubts scatter like dust in the wind. The heaviness that clung to you for years is gone. You are lighter, stronger, freer. You are no longer who you were when this began. You are transformed. The miracle has not just touched your life, it has changed you. The closing whisper. As the vision fades and the light begins to soften, Michael's voice lowers to a final whisper. Child, heaven's eyes are on you. Walk in faith. Speak with courage. Live with power. For your miracle is not waiting in the distance. It is with you now, and it will never leave you. Remember this moment. Remember this seal. And know you were never forgotten. You were always chosen. And then silence. But this silence is not empty. It is full of peace,